that's flattering.
Yeah,
honestly.
you don't think if Larry Simonson was a restaurant, you don't think it'd be GBND?
I think it probably would be golden brown and delicious. But I don't know necessarily the Commons location. I think they're old Wellborn Street.
That's now.
Oh no, that is now. Excuse me.
Wellborn is now the Commons. They used to be
Pickens. Old Pickens over in West Greenville.
Not Pickens. What was it? It was
Well, the Village in West Greenville.
Yeah, it was on the edge of the Village, across from Artisan Trader in the Anchorage.
I have a story about that. I actually have a little bit more background on this place because we kind of have been.
Do we do that now? Or do we do it later?
Well, I don't know.
Audience, do we want the history lesson now? Do we?
Well, you could talk about what we're doing. You could
intro the show.
Intro the show.
I guess. I mean, people already know what we're doing if they already clicked on the title. But this is 1-star reviews. Not a 1-star review that apparently is an old podcast with a red background that sometimes Google will take you to. But this is the up and coming and current 1-star reviews.
We are plural.
We are plural because that's what we were taught in school. No, because I didn't want to get sued. Anyway, this is Andrew Van, your host of 1-star reviews with my co-host back in the studio, Larry Simonson.
Yay. Oh, I love that you called this place a studio. I've always thought of it as like the place where things happen.
It's a lot of junk. There's a futon that's really old. There's a decent-sized TV.
A lot of nerd memorabilia in this room.
I don't take any offense to that. I mean, I do have 7 lightsabers within a 5-foot distance of you right now.
Right, and very close to your daughter's like play kitchen, which is
that's pretty badass. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's just very close to the lightsabers.
Yeah, because in case she wants to make kebabs, we use the lightsabers. I'm just saying. So okay. Suck that, Lucas. Today, if you haven't been able to tell by the title of the episode, we are doing GBND, also known as Larry Simonson, also known as Golden Brown and Delicious, because that is how they serve their food, I guess. No.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why they named it this way. So the backstory, the general backstory on this place, the guy who owns it and runs it, Alex George, apparently never went to culinary school. He was I think he was working at BMW and wound up quitting BMW. I think his sister actually owns Village Grind, and she let him and his wife like set up and do like a pop-up situation at the Village Grind for like a year or two. It was like pupusas and donuts for a while, and then once I guess he just really liked cooking in general, so he wound up opening up GBD as like initially I think it was mostly pop-up type stuff, and then from there he got the restaurant location over on Pendleton in the Village, in the Village of West Greenville, and then somewhere in there he also bought Asada's old food truck.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so like
what good luck is that food truck, right? I mean,
so he didn't rename it either. It was named Lola, as I recall.
Oh yeah,
and he operated it over by the Hampton station, so he had that going as well as the restaurant.
Okay,
and then I'm not entirely sure what the situation was that brought him and the restaurant. Well, okay, no, they also opened Mars Bar. Before I forget that, they opened Mars Bar adjacent to GBD. And then they moved to the Commons, which is much more of like an open air. It's definitely a different vibe of what the Pickens location was. And then Mars Bar became, oh man, I can't even remember what. Oh man, I'll look it up. I can't remember the name of it. But it like Mars Bar became a different bar. But I think it's still run by either the same people or some of the employees who were there when it was next to GBD. I'm a little unsure on that part of it, but I've also heard that bar is very good.
So, full disclaimer, I have not eaten at GBND at either location or the food truck. I've heard many good things, and I did want to support them, and I will try them once I drop another a couple pounds. So far, 9 weeks, I've dropped 16 pounds.
Oh,
thanks to my wife and Weight Watchers support, but also good buddy of the show, Caleb Westman, shout out, for giving me advice on how to get past my recent plateau. So I'm down 16 pounds. My goal weight is to lose another 29.
Nice. Dude.
So once I get down to there,
you can check out GBD.
Oh, I'll be. You know what? I should check them out anyway and just eat there as a cheat meal.
You can.
Yeah, just get me a nice burger and some fries.
The place you made, Bar Margaret, is the name of the place I'm thinking of.
Bar Margaret I heard is really good too.
Was Mars Bar, and now it's this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Golden Brown Delicious, also known as located in the Commons in Greenville, South Carolina, off of Wellborn Street, as Larry mentioned. It's a great place to check out. Just an old warehouse that's now restructured, refurbished into basically sort of like a mini cafeteria.
It's like a millennial food court.
Yeah, a little food court. It opens up right on the river, which is really cool.
Methodical's got one of their 3 locations
Community
there.
Tap, Automatic Taco, which you're a big fan of in general.
Yeah. Been following Auto Taco since they were a food truck.
From the folks that I know who run the place, there's more plans coming in 2021, 2022. So I look forward to seeing the Commons continue to grow. But let's get started here in Golden Brown and Delicious. First off, I want to say to Larry that the reason we chose Golden Brown and Delicious, not because again, I have not eaten there, but I've personally have friends who've said nothing but good things about this place.
Do you know what kind of food they have? Just as a quick aside,
Americana, like just.
They do have a burger.
Yeah,
it's a very good burger. But they also have. They regularly have. They change the menu like practically every day. They have bibimbap is a pretty regular staple.
Yeah, I heard that.
They have ramen, that's pretty regular. Their Monday night is pasta night because we actually wound up there after. Sound like such a hipster right now. We definitely were there after free yoga hosted by Soul Yoga. And we went up at the Commons for dinner and had pasta night from Golden Brown and Delicious. I am very aware how chewy this.
But you know what? You're proud of it though.
Oh, I can't not be because this is just how I am.
While Larry's wearing bow tie and suspenders in my house right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
I wanted to dress up. I was going out.
It's your Tuesday attire or Wednesday attire, whatever day it is today. Damn you, COVID. All right, so shout out to the owners because the reason I wanted to do this place is because I heard they enjoy not only replying to a lot of their reviews that are bad, but they also like to post it on their poster or like a sandwich board.
They have a sandwich board outside the restaurant, and the especially egregious ones they'll.
So in general,
they'll put out there.
I knew Larry would love reading the owner's responses because that's like what Larry gets up in the morning for, aside from feeding his cats. So let's start with this one here. I've been to GBND several times. Okay, let's. This is also my pet peeve. I know Caleb is listening, and this is also. You've been there several times, yet the one time they do something bad is when you review.
I don't know. This one seems like they have multiple times.
I'll continue. Several times. The food is extremely overpriced for what you get, and the staff was very rude, pretentious, and unfriendly. Not to mention their calling out reviews on Instagram seems petty and unprofessional. I don't think I'll be going back.
Response from the owner. Hey, congrats! We liked this review so much we printed it and displayed it. Come check it out sometime. P.S. 1-star reviews get you an order of fries on us next time you are in.
Is that really a thing?
I have no idea because I've never left a 1-star review in my life.
I know. Like, I don't know if I would want to test that just to earn that. Because I don't think that's earn is the word, right?
I wonder if I leave a 1-star and just say, I just wanted the free fries. And they probably would give it to you. So the place is definitely, the staff who works there, I can definitely read the sarcasm tone in that one on how they would deliver that. They seem like a sassy bunch. They have a lot of fun working there. Let's see, what do we got? We were so excited to try this place. Sadly, they close at 2 p.m. on Sundays. It is a beautiful 70-degree day on the trail with thousands of potential customers, and they are really missing the opportunity for business. Please reconsider staying open until 4 p.m. People riding bikes don't want to eat before riding 20-plus miles.
Says you. I know people who want a carb load.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, are they incorrect? No. Yeah, if they were open, they probably would do the business. But if they're open every other day, at some point, folks want a break. So
this one's from 9 months ago. Bear in mind, at this time we were recording, we are at the beginning of August 2021. So this would have been like December of 2020. We've tried it here twice during their publicized, quote, open, quote, hours, and they've been closed both times. Guess that's a sign, exclamation point. I guess that's a sign that you don't really, are compassionate that they're a restaurant that's trying to operate during a pandemic.
Yeah.
And have unclear guidelines from the state, the city, and the CDC.
Well, also the Commons. I don't really know what the Commons is like.
Exactly.
Policy was for a while when you went to the Commons towards the tail end of when stuff was kind of at its worst. So like early this year, there was definitely if you were going to go through the building, they were like, you have to wear a mask while you're inside.
Yep.
Meals were brought to you from the restaurants, like from Auto Taco, from GBD. Like they basically had staff that would they had to bring the food to you. And you couldn't sit inside. So, kind of made it inconvenient, depending on what time of year it was. So like December, it was freaking frigid outside.
Yeah.
So, COVID wasn't convenient for anybody, guys.
And let's be honest too, not only was it unclear with a lot of guidelines I'm sure they had to go through between the Commons and their own, work establishment, but a lot during this time, even up until just maybe the end of June, and unemployment was rampant, and lots of places were understaffed, and it's hard to keep up, I'm sure. So throwing it out there, I'm gonna let you read the next one.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I think what we're finding.
Yeah.
Is that people will bitch about anything, and it doesn't really matter if COVID is going on or not. Because here's a review from 2 years ago, and like I said, Mars Bar.
You gotta read this in the. If this is the one I think about to read, you gotta read it in the tone to give out a shout out to our buddy.
Do I know this person?
Don't waste your money. Is that what it starts off with?
Nope. That's not the right one.
All right,
I got a different one. I can go back. I can go to that one instead.
Go to that one, yeah. Because
okay.
you gotta do the shout out.
Why do I know this person?
No, because what's the magic number there in that second sentence?
Oh no! Oh, Caleb, you're gonna split your skull if you're listening.
I just
to this
texted
episode.
to you guys and Caleb too, so he's probably gonna light up the phone in a second.
Yeah. Don't waste your money or time, at least for lunch. Small, $8 burger that tasted like it had been fried in fish oil. Cheese wasn't melted. Old onion. Fries, $4 extra. Mac and cheese dry. Poor service. Once items had been delivered, never again. Oh my God.
Folks, if you don't know, $8 is a very magical number in South Carolina in food in general.
Yeah, there's definitely the stars align when $8 is brought up in a review. People $8 is the mark of
that.
If they didn't like it, then
Pass
$8 is too freaking much.
Yep. And if it was $7.50, they wouldn't be so mad.
It's enough that it's become Caleb's pet peeve.
Yeah. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
I might be stealing this one from you if this is the right one. Extremely limited menu, and they had to run out of items. Horrible. And I mean horrible service. Oh, and literally live construction in the next room, separated by a curtain, parentheses, code violation, anyone, parentheses. The food was good, but nothing to write home about, and the price point was a bit high for what you got. Embarrassed to have brought a friend here after hearing such good things.
Well, hold on. Review-wise, this place has 445 reviews. The 1 stars are... We're going to go through all of them. There's not a lot of them. And every time I hear stuff like that of the price point was high for what I got, I'm always like this place is pretty damn good. I have never had a bad meal here. It's always been exceptional. I don't know if I'm just a plebe who has just not been exposed to good food. I guess that's very possible. But I go out of my way to have good food. I feel like the price is about what it probably should be for the material and for how much it is and how good it is. I don't know. I'm always a little baffled by that kind of review. Oh, you want this one? Here we go. We ordered chicken and waffle with the pork belly. Both were absolutely disgusting. The salad tasted like rubber, and the chicken tasted rotten. Don't spend the money at this place.
Oof. 1 star, but no stars is not an option. I have been here twice. My summer is that it's not a good location. The prices are high, and the portions are small. ... Great decor and atmosphere. Friendly staff. And very clean. $12 for a fried chicken thigh sandwich is too rich for West Greenville. I have never been served fried chicken thigh on a sandwich before. It won't happen again. I feel
from 3 years ago, so there's the original location.
I feel like that's so funny that the way he ends that lessons won't happen again is like
to be fair, it probably won't happen again because a lot of times they'll try stuff and be like, we didn't like it, and they'll never make it again.
That's true. The way I read it in my brain was like when an athlete loses a game, and it's like, that's never going to happen again. It's like Tim Tebow's thing from 12 years ago.
Tim, it might.
Yeah. I'm not giving up. I'm going to be here 24/7. I want to watch the tape. It's never happening again. It's like, no, they may fuck you up again, Tim. They may give you some more chicken thigh. So
$12 for a fried chicken thigh sandwich. What? Well, a couple questions. What came with the chicken sandwich? How was it presented? There's a little bit of a presentation here. Like you're kind of paying for the experience as well. Maybe it was too rich for this guy. Who knows?
expensive for what you get. Subpar burger for approximately $10 and no side. House cooked fries were extra and not so great. This one I like just because the way the first sentence starts off is really weird. What kind of restaurant has a chef's number as a contact of the business? Does not answer the phone. You finally get an answer after 30 minutes, and they don't call in to-go orders. You have to go up there and place a to-go order. This is from 3 years ago, by the way. Will not be using this restaurant, and in less than three... Such a long run-on sentence. You have to go up there to period, place to go, period, order, ... Will not be using, period, this restaurant that is less than 3 minutes from the house. No wonder this community does not support local business. Food may not be good, but we'll never know. We'll not be eating there.
Wow.
And this person has a joint Google account.
This is two old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Here's one. Snotty staff. 1. The scallops in my dish were rotten. They tasted and smelled like ammonia. 2. Would not make my meal without duck eggs tossed into my fried rice. She said, quote, that dish can't be made without egg. Why? Actually, I have an answer for that. 3. My husband and I will never return. Wait. Is the third one I'm confused. The third one's not really a complaint. The third one is just a statement of fact. Fried eggs. They're probably making the fried eggs in like a batch. They all have egg in it. It's like, have you ever gone to a Chinese restaurant and they have fried egg? They have like fried rice. It's got egg in it. Whatever. Okay.
This one is a little. So normally, if you go back in past episodes, folks, we don't read the reviewers' names, but I mean it's in public space. And this point, it's public fair game. This one's name is from 3 years ago. Just Before Crimes.
Oh no, buddy. Oh, I wish you hadn't read it out loud. I know this person in real life.
Well, we won't say their name.
We won't say their name, but I do know this person in real life.
We're gonna be talking off on the extended cut.
Oh, I'm gonna text this to him.
Extended cut for premium service. Let us know. Once our reviews, we'll give you the cut. Anyway, 3 years ago, line was too long. Tandem has lines like this and moves twice as faster. My hash was good, sort of cold, but good. My fiance returned her shrimp and grits for a money returned. This is why my fiance doesn't pick brunch. Wow, okay. Stick to the tried and true for brunch for G Vegas, Tandem, Southern Culture, Famous Toastery, Biscuit Hit. Full disclosure, also, Famous Toastery is no longer in business, so don't go there.
It is not. And it was pretty good.
It was okay.
It was pretty good.
It was okay. It was at a very odd location, but
it was like a secret. It was a secret toastery.
Yeah, it was like, it's kind of like a speakeasy for breakfast.
It was a speakeasy for breakfast. It was like behind Nosed Up.
Yeah, you had to go into a bank and walk around the corner.
I definitely hung out with this guy Saturday. I know this person pretty well, actually. I just texted him the review. I'm gonna be like, bro, we're roasting you right now.
Can I just say the sentence where this is why my fiance doesn't pick brunch? Are they married now?
Yes, they are married. And that honestly is a very Just Before Crimes thing to say.
Yeah, is that something he holds against her? Like, you see,
No.
we went to GBND.
No, they are very happy.
And this is what we got. Are you happy? Now take your shrimp and grits and get the money back. Do the money return. Quote. So, all right. Let's move on.
Ooh, let me get this one. Clever. Golden, burnt, and disgusting should be the name. Went to lunch and ordered the fish and chips, quote unquote. $14 and received 3 very small pieces of what I think was fish. Very greasy. And all batter. Potato wedges had to be at least 2 or 3 days old and tasted like they were reheated multiple times. Very disappointed. Do yourself a favor and go somewhere else.
I wonder if whoever's doing the current replies, is it still Alex, the owner? Because...
I have no idea, yeah.
Because here's one from 3 years ago. Neither golden, brown, nor delicious. About 7 choices on the menu, and the staff takes 10 minutes to sit you when no one is in the restaurant. Response from the owner. I am very sorry to hear about your experience. Would you mind emailing me at alex@eatgbnd.com? I would love to get more feedback so we can improve our service and food. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, that one's pretty polite. That one's good.
Mm-hmm.
And except for this, there's one like pretty small 1 star. We are out of 1 stars. Needs a revamp on all levels. That's the last 1 star.
Yeah, just very blunt and to the point and still vague. So
I'm gonna check Yelp real quick if you want to go through the 2 stars while y'all get set up. You can start looking through the 2 stars.
Yeah. Let me see here. Small menu, nasty food, terrible service. They gave me and my family the cold shoulder, and even though they had several tables available, they would make you wait 20 to 30 minutes before they could see you. So here's the thing. I'm not an expert. I'm not a restaurant owner. I worked in the food industry, sort of in the cafe at Barnes & Noble, the Starbucks cafe, whatever, for years.
You guys used to serve food at the GameStop too, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We served gummy bears or whatever the hell they had on impulse buy.
Barf.
But like, I'm pretty sure that restaurants can only wait on tables if they're appropriately staffed, right? And if they don't have enough staff, they probably can't promise to sit someone down, because if they're not going to get service, then what's the point? So I don't know, I could be throwing out something that there could be wrong. I mean, this was 2 years ago and maybe things are different, but I just feel like, maybe they had a hard time during that time. You know, I'm just saying, because I've been to a restaurant before, especially recently with like COVID, and like I see like half, booked tables, and we waited literally for like an hour and a half one time. But I was like, you know what? I didn't come starving, and I'm going to be forgiving because I know the folks here are really busting their ass to just keep up with the lack of everything they got going on. So cut us some slack. Simple as that. You got some good Yelpers there?
I have one that basically is...
Did Just Before Crimes respond? I want a live response if this happens while we were recording.
No, I don't. No, not yet.
Okay.
I did. I texted him the link, and I said, Google automatically created the text and just says, check out this review of Golden Brown and Delicious on Google Maps.
Ask him.
I just said, we roasting you on the pod.
Ask him, does he allow his wife to choose any places to eat anymore? Because according to that strong review, he may not. And, I'm just curious, just, for, fair and equality's sake. We believe in this at 1-star reviews.
I'm asking him if he lets his wife pick the brunch spot still.
No, that 3-year experience has scarred them for life. So
this is somebody I can ask these questions. Okay, this one. Okay, buckle in, because basically this is a complaint towards the Commons, really, when it comes down to it. I was very disappointed in my first and most likely only visit to Golden Brown Delicious. My wife had been there before and really enjoyed it. We made a reservation online and thought it would be a great evening. Their website, these are numbered. 1, their website does not list the new location. Also, the phone number listed goes straight to a voicemail. Once we were able to locate the restaurant, we arrived a few minutes late for our reservation. Okay. 2, the parking lot for the new location was packed. It's a group of restaurants, craft beer bar, and coffee shop all in one. It was extremely noisy when we got in. 3, the menu is extremely limited, and you can only order from the one menu at the tables. The decent food appeared to be at the bar 10 feet away. They would not allow you to order from that menu. What the fuck are you talking about, buddy?
What?
Yeah, no, that is not a thing. 4, if you want something to drink other than tap water, no ice, you have to go stand in line at the craft beer bar. Also incorrect. They make cocktails. And he just said there's a bar. What the hell are you talking about? 5, you cannot accommodate any special diets. The only item that I could find without carbs and sugar was oysters. They were below average and overpriced. When I asked for hot sauce, the server didn't even know if they had any. I also tried a shrimp dish that was supposed to be like a ceviche, quote unquote. It was horrible. It tasted like frozen raw shrimp. 6, I asked if I could order a side salad from the bar, and I was told that they were not taking orders at that time. The chef that makes the tiny burgers was flipping out and apparently couldn't handle a 7 o'clock dinner rush. I usually will give a restaurant a second try, but not this place.
What a horrible cover of Brian Goodnight's One. You know that song? One, you're like a dream come true. Two, just wanna be with you.
One, their website does not list the new location. Two, the parking lot for the new location was packed.
Three,
the menu's extremely limited. If you want something to drink other than tap water. 5, they cannot accommodate special diets. Okay, I'm bored.
All right. This one, so I want to read this one. It's a 2-star review technically, but I want to prove that the owner, whether it's Alex or whoever the general manager, whoever's running the reviews, is not just purposely just trolling people just to have fun, right? So this one's a legit response and a legit review, and it's very professionally done. Steak, and this was done a week ago, so this would have been late July of 2021. Steak was good, steak was good. What there was of it. Period. ... But fries came out cold, which was a majority of the plate with a little blue cheese and cold, crunchy broccoli. Terrible. Response from the owner. I'm so sorry for your experience. Not sure what happened with that steak frites, but I apologize regardless. Cold food is the worst. For future reference, at any restaurant you go to, they would always love to know in the moment if you aren't happy with your food. If you had just told us, we would have refunded your money and made you a new dish. Kind of sucks your solution was to leave a review like this. Not much I can do now, is there? Best of luck to you out there. So I'll say this. He acknowledged it, and I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, he has a point as an owner, right? Like, I wish, same thing. Let me know. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Right? But the guy took it up, or girl, whatever, took it upon themselves to just say, I'll just take it out this way. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion in the way they want to opinionate. But, I mean, like I said, shit happens. This is not always going to be perfect. And here's the thing, going back to what Larry said earlier, these are the few 1-star reviews we found on this place.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the top here on like highest ratings. I mean, there are a total of, let's see here, over 445 reviews on Google alone, and the vast majority are 5-star straight up. And a lot of the photos are just user photos, and a lot of them look just like something you would find in a freaking magazine. The food looks so damn good. So, I think Larry said this from time to time again. You can always learn a little bit about a restaurant on both sides of the reviews. Mm-hmm. And if I'm going to be in all consideration, I'm going to go with the 5-star because they look pretty damn like this. I'm looking at this like macaroni and cheese burger. Holy shit.
I'll tell you what, most of the 1-stars, I think, point to maybe 2 things that like you could potentially see is like, there's some complaints about the price point.
$8.
Right. There's some complaints about the price point. There's some complaints about like maybe the food being off, which if that's the issue, that's maybe a little off. It could also just be that like maybe somebody got like a piece of food that was a little off. And that that seems to be in the minority though. And then the other one, and this is always one I'm a little bit willing to give some leniency on a restaurant, is the service being a little bit iffy, especially when it's A, not consistent, and B, like if here's a piece of advice I have. If you go to a restaurant and the service isn't great, wait a couple weeks and go back. It's possible that like maybe they're a new person, they're getting trained, or maybe that person was having a bad day, or maybe they're just actually a bad waiter or waitress. And there's like, if they are truly bad, the turnover is going to happen. They are not going to work there for long. And the service being the issue for a restaurant, if you go back and the service is better, it's worth going back and changing your review, because that's something that like I think a good restaurant a lot of times will look at their reviews, and if they see that there's a consistent issue on the servers, they'll start trying to shift people if they figure out who it is.
Oh dear God, I forgot this place had a donut burger. Holy shit.
Well, not consistent, right? They change the menu pretty regularly. I don't think I've ever had a donut burger there.
I think that's like the brunch like menu of the week thing, I think. I could be wrong, but holy God, that thing, I like sweet and savory. I've never had a donut burger. I'd be willing to try it on my cheat day.
Here's one I definitely am looking at on a Yelp review. I'm not going to read it because it's extremely long, but they definitely left an initial 2-star review and then followed it up with a 3-star review a couple months later, and then followed it up with a 4-star review a little while later, and then followed it up with like a 4.5-star review. So like they bumped up their opinion of it several times over.
Well, that's great. See, we need more people like that in this world.
Yeah. So
we really do.
You know, it's worth changing your mind on a place. And you know, especially if it's some of the other bad reviews are like 3 years old in the old location when they were still, 3 years ago. So I think this place opened in 2016, I think originally. So they would have still been in their first year of life, and you know, things have probably changed and they've gotten a little more in the swing of things.
Nice. All right. Once again, check out GBND in the Commons off Wellborn Street, right on the edge of downtown Greenville, South Carolina. A lot of good things you can try on the menu. Larry says before that they change the menu frequently, but they do have like a staple of like things they return regularly on the menu from what I believe.
The burger, the bibimbap, the ramen, those are all worth it.
Can't go wrong there. And again, before you judge some place on the 1-star, take a whole look, because I just looking at 3 photos from the 5-star reviews, I'm sold. I need to get my ass in shape, and I can earn a cheap meal there, and I'll be going there soon. So keep up the good work. GBND, listen to us anywhere you are to listen to our voices on, whether it's Apple, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, all the rest there. We are out there, so more episodes, 1-star reviews coming your way. GBND, not standing for a bad word that I thought initially that it meant.
What did you think it meant?
God, Brown, I don't know. God
baked. Damn it.